Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I will be giving you my honest opinion on what I thought of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I did give you a brief opinion on when I finished the game when I was going through the credits, but in today's video I'm going to give you a detailed opinion on the game. So first of all, we're going to get into what I liked, and then we're going to get into what I didn't like. So let's start off with what I liked. What I liked in this game, I thought the story was very to the point, which is very good. I liked that. I also liked how, Gregory was able to be friends with Freddy. So yeah, it was nice to, Freddy kind of took the hearts of everyone, especially mine. I love Glamrock Freddy so much. That's why he's in the channel banner. I love the character for Glamrock Freddy. I love the design. Second thing I did like how Gregory's character kind of, instantly was protected by Freddy, and it gave you a sense in the game of protection. If someone's coming after you, call Freddy and you're good. I also did like how beautiful the game looks. Like, the game's graphics is absolutely amazing, but there's a con to that which I'll get into later. But when the game runs right, the game looks absolutely amazing. Another thing I really liked about the game is that it had multiple choice endings, which gave it more, gave it more chance to play the game, rather gave you more play time, rather than just completing the one ending and leaving the game forever and never coming back to it. But once you can play through the whole game again, get the different endings yourself. Like, obviously in the end you're gonna get the full ending. Like, for example, if you go Monty Golf first, you're gonna end up going to Phaser Blast anyways. It gives you a different perspective on the game, which I think is really good. Also, I did like the new characters. I didn't like Monty, but that's, again, I didn't encounter him much. I just thought he was kind of annoying, and also he killed Bonnie, so yeah, I don't like him. I did like Roxanne, even though she was kind of blind at some points. I did get away from her a bit too easily, especially when it was you're going through the atrium. You have to get past Chica, then Roxanne, then Monty. I struggled with getting past Monty, but getting past Roxanne was just way too easy. Like, she would clearly see me going into the phone booths, and if it was Chica, I'm dead every single time. But since it was Roxanne, she was literally sniffing around my phone booth, and then she'd literally just check the other one and then go off. So it's kind of a bit too easy to get past Roxanne, but then again, she is really fast, so kind of, it kind of balances out. There is obviously going to be spoilers in this video, so if you're watching this, just be aware from now on there's going to be spoilers in the things that I like. So yeah, the thing I did like is the design of Vanny. The design of Vanny was so cool. Her costume's kind of like stitched up, and you never know when she's going to appear. Like, she could come out at any point in the game and absolutely scare the bejesus out of you. Like, there was one clip in my playthrough is when you're in the sewers and you have the mechanical broken down Glamrock Chica after you, and all you can see is just red eyes behind her. When I played it, I didn't notice that it was Vanny, but when I go back into the editing side of it, I saw that it was Vanny just prancing down after me, and it was out of the blue. It came out of nowhere, and it got me so scared, genuinely. I think I screamed, and I was like, what is that? And I think I'll find the clip and play it to you. Is she following us? Totally is. She's right there. What the f is behind her? I saw some glowing red eyes, and I'm dipping. But oh my god, it scared me so much. And now, getting into one of the last things I did love about this game is I love the returning part of Fnaf 6. So this is obviously in the true ending that I did get as my most recent episode. Go check it out. It is when you go down into the elevator and you turn on the generators, you come to a door that says Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. And as you can see, what is the name of the FNAF 6 location when you get closed down at the ending? Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. I think that's what it says. Or it's either Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place or Pizzeria. It's one or the other. But when you go in, it's more apparent that it's definitely the FNAF 6 location when you see, like, the black and white floors, the red curtain, the secondary stage for the other animatronic. It's very clear it's FNAF 6. And then when you go into the the downstairs with Glamrock Freddy, and you see like the big octopus thing, which I'm pretty sure is like Ennard, but it's kind of focused more on Funtime Freddy as the face, as you saw in like the ending cutscene. But you can, if you look closer into it, I didn't really look closer into it because I only really saw the few animatronics, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to glitch the game, and when you glitch the game, it has original Foxy, original Bonnie, Funtime Freddy, Baby. Pretty sure there's bits of the puppet in there as well. I think, I'm not 100% sure on that one, but Freddy specifically says these are my friends. So, you know, you kind of, you know, puts to rest that Bonnie and Foxy are in there. And that's what happened to the original Bonnie and Foxy. And I'm guessing the original Freddy got turned into the Glamrock versions. That's what I'm guessing anyway. Now, getting into the last thing I liked about this game. There's a few things I liked, but there's very minimal things I didn't like. But the last thing I liked about this game was the way Burn Trap looked. Burn Trap's design is absolutely terrifying. Like, don't get me wrong, he is very similar to Springtrap. It is very, very similar, but more skinny and more, like, how to explain, more uneasy, I guess, because he's like, you don't get to see much of him, but especially in that ending cutscene, the way he's like waddling towards the door until he gets taken up by Funtime Freddy, it is very, very scary the way he just, you know, glances towards you and then gets taken up. I feel like there should have been more of him though. The boss fight for me was glitched, so it was very easy. But yeah, I did think that the boss fight should have been, you know, a bit more against Burn Trap rather than against other animatronics. Now, leading into my cons, I'm gonna continue from what I saw about the Burn Trap boss fight. So I did think it should have been against Burn Trap rather than the other animatronics, because you've already dealt with the other animatronics, and then the big reveal of William Afton is back, and all you have to do is press a button against him. I thought that was a bit, you know, what's the word? I did think it was a bit underwhelming. I thought, you know, it would have been cooler if you actually had to go back to the original way of closing the door when they're near, rather than, you know, with some animatronics having to do that with Chica and then Monty with the vent. I did think it should have gone back to FNAF 1 roots, and then maybe close the door, then every now and again he'd go into the rooms, then you press to burn him. I think that would have been cooler. I did think the boss fight should have been a bit longer, but from what I saw, it was difficult from when like the tentacles and all come down, but I do think that it should have been against Burn Trap. I keep calling them Glitch Trap, even in that video I called them Glitch Trap. But yeah, I do think it should be a bit more focused on Burn Trap. Getting into the second con, and probably the biggest of the entire game, is the way this game runs. It runs very poorly. Like, I play on the PS5, and you might expect it off launch to be a bit buggy, but even on people I've seen play on PC, it is extremely bugged. Luckily, I didn't have too many problems with it. There is times in those videos where I do just start glitching everywhere, especially in the elevators. In the last episode with the Burn Trap boss fight, when I'm getting out of the elevator towards those generators, I just start glitching, and it's really annoying. Also, the way I was literally able to glitch the boss fight by accident, I've been able to do that repeatedly, like when I'm just chilling out and I'm like, oh, I'll try it, actually see if I get it properly this time. I still managed to be able to glitch out Roxanne. It's either my game or I'm just the way I'm hiding, and Roxanne gets caught in the wall. Like, you'd see her head just starts blobbing around everywhere and she gets stuck in the room, where I'm guessing she should be running out and not coming back, when in my run she comes back every single time. So that's glitchy. It hasn't been out a month just yet, but it's been nearly out a month and it's really buggy still. So I think that's a really big problem, but by now everyone's finished the game. If you haven't finished the game by now, you're definitely been spoiled anyways, which is unfortunate for yous, but yeah, I do think that the game is very buggy and should have had a bit more, you know. You'd think that the amount of times that it's been delayed, they'd have, like, the bugginess and the glitches would be, like, the least of the problems, but it's literally the most problems. Another thing I didn't like about this game is, it's gonna sound like I really don't like this game. I love this game, don't get me wrong. I'm just nitpicking at stuff that should have happened a bit more, that in my opinion should have, like, been more apparent, but they're very small things. Like, I still enjoyed the game regardless, so this is just my own opinion what should have been in the game a bit more. One thing, the game was kind of centered around Vanny being the massive villain of this game, and I think in the main story between 12 AM and 6 AM she appears 3 times. Once when you first get in the generator after the daycare, once when you're down at the sewers, and then I'm pretty sure she appears before you run out to the doors at 6 a.m. I could be wrong. Oh, no. I never mind. I remember the third time. She appears when you go into the Lost and Found room. That's the third time. You see her 3 times within the whole game, and she's the cover star. You know what I mean? So I do think, like, the way her thing in the story, like, it's very underwhelming. Probably the most underwhelming of all, because you kind of just go up against like Roxanne, Chica, and Monty most of the game. You don't actually go against Vanessa other than the Lost and Found. Like, it's very weird, considering she is pretty much the cover star as well. If you look at the cover here, her face is literally the main part of it. So it's a bit strange how she only appears like 3 or 4 times, and even her own ending where, you know, it's literally in the last 3 choices you have to leave, stay, and then the Vanny ending. The Vanny ending's like, I got it done in 6 minutes. Like, I died once, then got it on the second try and done it. Like, and you don't even see Vanny in that ending other than the cinematic at the start and the little cartoon at the end. So it's very, very underwhelming when if you buy the game to like see the Vanny character in action. She's not even there. Like, half the things in the trailer she doesn't even happen. Like the little part at the very end of the trailer when like it's a massive red room and she's dancing towards the camera, she doesn't do that anytime. The little shush she does, you might thought when you saw that trailer, oh, that might be an ending. Doesn't do that in the game. Like, there's a lot of things in the trailer that wasn't in the trailer with Vanny, and I do think her character is really underwhelming. But I think there was a reason for that, which I will get into one of my theory videos. But here's a little sneak peek. I do think there is going to be a sequel, and Vanny is actually going to be the main villain of this one, rather than it just being, you know, Roxanne, Chica, and Monty. I do think Vanny is going to be the main villain, and you will constantly get chased by her. I do think that's what's going to happen. But I'll get into a theory video about that maybe in the future. But yeah, I do not like how many times Vanny shows up. She should be in the game a lot more, especially how literally the whole every trailer that's come out has been revolved around Vanny being this terrifying new character, villain, whatever you want to call her, and she doesn't even show up that much. Now, that's pretty much it for how many cons there is in this game. So there's like 3 cons compared to about 6 pros. So I do think this game has a lot of potential. They have to do DLC. There has to be DLC in some way, and I will get into what I think the DLC will be in another video for a theory, because the DLC kind of ties into the theory I want to make. So you'll hear my opinions on that. But I do think there should be DLC. I'm pretty sure they've confirmed DLC. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they've confirmed it. But yeah, there has to be DLC in this game. There has to be. There's so many unanswered questions. Like, there's so many unanswered questions, but yet so little theories to make out of this game. But there's a lot of mysteries that still have to be found that haven't been found by anyone just yet. So yeah, that's all for this video though. In my opinion, out of 10, I give Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach a solid 11. Because I said that during my playthrough when I finished it. It is an 11 out of 10 game in my opinion. But the only thing that brings it down is the bugs, which can be fixed. So if you take out the bugs and all that, it is a 10 out of 10 game. That's just my opinion though. But if I'm being dead honest, from a gaming point of view, it is a 7 or 8 out of 10. Just because of how little amount of times Vanny shows up and how many bugs there are. But it's 8 out of 10 from a gamer's point of view, in my opinion. And then in my opinion, from my point of view, it's an 11 out of 10 because I've obviously been following the series ever since 2014 when the first game came out. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, guys. Make sure to smash the like button down below. Make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy. Also make sure to subscribe if you are new on the channel. I really appreciate it. And yeah, have an amazing day, guys.